You're listening to Sideshow Network.
Hey, hi, how are you? I'm Jamie Flam, and I'm the artistic director of the Hollywood Improv. Basically, that means I'm the one responsible for booking comedians, producing shows, and making sure every night at the club is magical. You might even call me the gatekeeper. Okay, so not really, but maybe, I don't know. Outside of my job at the Improv, I also perform and write comedy, which means I sit in front of many gatekeepers myself. It's an interesting dynamic, but it's helped me learn a lot as well. Now I host a podcast about it. Each week, I talk with bookers, producers, decision makers, performers, and more.
Hey, this is Cole Stratton.
This is Janet Varney.
This is Troy Conrad.
This is Todd Glass, and you're listening to Gatekeeper.
It's an inside look at the art of saying yes and no. Also, there are sound effects. Be sure to subscribe to Gatekeeper on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And you can find more info at sideshownetwork.tv.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever here on the Sideshow Network. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence. And it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
I'm Shawn.
And here we are again.
Yeah.
No guest this time, so now we get to bullshit.
The what?
I said no guest this time, so we can bullshit in the beginning.
Well, we always bullshit. But
I know. No, but last week I didn't want to bullshit because it was so important to get to our very special guests who I cannot thank enough for coming on our wonderful show.
Yes, Steven Sadak.
Steven Sadak and Andrew Jupin from We Hate Movies. And if you aren't listening to their podcast, you should be.
Yes,
because they're really funny and they're fantastic, and we really appreciate them coming on the show.
Yes, we do. Yes, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, sorry if we sound a little weird. We both have colds.
Yeah, I'm just getting over some roughness myself. Jen is too, and yeah,
you know. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
Well, this
probably should have taken some cold medicine. Got all hopped up and seen how this one goes.
This is gonna go
sideways, like most of our shows.
Yeah, I mean, it might also be truncated just because I'm not really,
not feeling well.
Not feeling well.
Yeah,
but I know we have comics to talk about.
Oh,
and
do we ever?
And do we ever? So,
sorry, yawn.
What else is there? What else is there? I don't know.
We've just been sick, so.
So nothing cool to talk about.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
We're watching Luke Cage though.
Oh yeah, watching some Luke Cage is pretty great.
Luke Cage is quite good.
Yeah.
I think it's probably. I don't know. I haven't finished watching all of it yet, but I like it a lot.
So I have a question on actually the screenshot that we're frozen on here.
Uh-huh.
So we have the councilwoman and the guy who came to ask her to resign, and in the background there's a dude holding a boom mic.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be the reporters. Question, is that an actual guy who works on the show, or is that a guy cast to hold a boom mic?
I'm going to say, you know what? And maybe they doubled up.
I was going to say, wouldn't it make sense to double up? They were just like, well, we need... it makes sense to have you, so just stand in the background.
They're like, yeah, you can be in a shot.
Yeah, why not?
You can be in a shot, Dave. It's
yeah.
cool.
All right, Dave, it's fine. You're
Good
the
job,
guy
Dave.
holding the boom mic.
You can get yourself an IMDb credit.
Yeah, there you go. We'll put you in the credits. Dave.
Yeah.
Guy holding boom mic.
All right, Dave.
Good job, Dave.
Yeah, Luke Cage is quite good.
Yeah, it's really good.
And, it's just something about, between all the Marvel shows, they've all been very dark.
Oh, yeah.
But they've all kind of had, just different... It's just each of them has their own distinct identity.
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome. So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much else to talk about because I want to take a nap.
I know. It's we're gonna try to talk comics. And,
oh God.
God. Are you okay?
I think I'm dying again.
Are you all right?
I'm dying again.
We can only do, if we only make it through one comic.
No,
book
we'll make it through
week,
two. We'll make it through two. We got this. Okay, so we're gonna do this first one.
I also have to go. I have a new job starting on Monday, so I can't just be like, I feel like shit. I can't go. I have to.
You could take an hour to do this.
I'm just saying.
We'll be fine.
If we feel like, death, then maybe not.
Guys, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Guys, Well, let's just get into our first book then. We're gonna do Venom.
No shit.
It's a '90s Venom. I mean, just like it's one of the million '90s Venom books that was released.
He was really big in the
He
90s.
was really big. Yeah, he was a big deal.
Why?
Because he was an anti-hero. Or he became an anti-hero. And that was kind of like in the 90s, being an anti-hero was...
It's the thing, man.
that was a thing. So, so here we are, with Venom, fighting Juggernaut. Uh-huh. It's Venom the Madness, number 3.
Of 3.
Of 3, January 1994. And on the cover, we've got Venom doing, look like he's doing a dance.
Sure.
He's doing a SWAT dance. He's got sinews of his costume spitting all around.
Yeah.
And we got a big fire in the background, which is not affecting him somehow.
Nope.
And
Also, this cover doesn't really relate.
what do you mean?
I mean, well, never mind. It kind of does at the end, but it's another one of those covers that you're like, oh man, this is going to happen. And then it's such a very small part of the actual story that it's kind of like it doesn't really apply.
Yeah.
Right? Because, he's fighting Juggernaut, and Juggernaut's going to hit him with a street sign.
He's getting hit with the smallest street sign.
With the tiniest street sign.
a small wooden street sign. Like, what are they, in 1912 or something?
Oh, I don't know. It's like a street sign for those little villages that they set up around Christmas that you can put on your mantle.
Yeah, it's a Christmas village.
Yeah, it's
He's hitting him with the Christmas village.
He's hitting him with one of those because that's gonna hurt.
No. Yeah, he's also allergic to wood, like Green Lantern. Yeah, not really. Anyways, so Venom the Madness, number 3, written by one of Jen's favorite writers, Ann Nocenti.
Oh boy!
So we're in for some fun here.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. There's definitely some parts in here. You can see her tendencies for non sequiturs that will overwhelm her Catwoman work. Does pop up here actually in the beginning.
Yeah.
Drives me fucking crazy.
Yeah, so while we're doing it here. So we got Venom. It's actually, so the particular story is called Necromancer.
Which, again,
it's for a minute.
Yeah.
Because on the front page, on the very first page, we got a guy with a flaming skull of some sort.
He ripped off Ghost Rider's look.
Basically ripping off Ghost Rider's look, except he's all red and plasma, and he's got ab fab glasses on.
Yeah.
He just looks weird, and he's got Venom on his motorcycle pushing him.
Because the deal is Venom has contracted a virus.
Yeah.
That's kind of making him go a little batty.
Even more batty, even more weird inside.
So
even
he's
more
in some sort of realm right now.
Yeah.
Where people like the Necromancer exist. And so it's what's his name? Eddie
Brock.
Eddie Brock and the Venom suit, and now also this virus. And they're all 3 sort of hanging out in Venom's body.
Yeah, hanging out. Yeah,
hanging out. They're all just having a beer.
I have many questions about Venom's physiology.
Oh, yeah.
Well, first of all, I mean, look, I understand that it's an alien suit, so it's going to kind of do whatever they want here.
Right, but can we just say that the Venom on the cover looks more like a traditional Venom than the one you see on the inside is the most 90s of 90s people because he's got 9,000 muscles.
Yeah, literally.
He is built like a brick shithouse.
He's got, which I understandable, he's a,
yeah, but it doesn't match the guy on the cover.
No, it doesn't match the guy on the cover. Neither does the actual book,
Well,
for the most part, but
yes, that is correct.
But so this guy on so the Venom here, is this something that frustrates the hell out of me? Is he's got this giant cluster of ab muscles
they kind of look like scales.
They kind of look like scales, but they're supposed to be some sort of like the ab muscle, your abductor, or I don't know what the fuck they are.
I don't think does it really do that?
I don't know, because sometimes you see muscly guys
but I've never seen a muscly guy look like he just has pebbles up under his pectorals.
It's basically between his pectorals and where his ribs are.
Yeah, and I would just be dude, you might want to get that checked out.
Well,
because here's what I don't understand. You're right about Venom's physiology. I get that his suit does things, but his suit still has to have a host,
right?
Which is Eddie's body.
Yeah, and Eddie's body should not look like that.
No one's body should look like that because what the fuck?
Yeah.
So Necromancer's like, here we go. This is where it fucking starts. Because he says,
They call me Necromancer because I get off on killing.
that is not what a necromancer is.
No.
That is not the definition of a
No, I
necromancer.
thought so, too. I
And
was like, she's
Nocenti
wrong.
does this all the time, where she'll be like,
She makes
they
up
call me this because of this, and you're like, but that's not what that means.
They call me Soup because I'm hot.
Yeah, you're like, no.
Like, that's like part of it, but you're not. What?
They don't call you necromancer because you get off on killing. Necromancer is like, it's
It's like a warlock, right?
yeah, it's a person who practices necromancy, a wizard or magician.
Necrophagia.
And necromancy is it says the supposed practice of magic involving communication with the deceased.
Yeah, I don't see that guy
No.
doing any of that. I just
No,
see him
that's-
riding a bike. I just
yeah.
see him riding a bike with a fuzzy red head.
Yeah, and I'm like, ugh. So he's like trying to run this like him down as he like has all these text blocks that again make
Well, he's just like
Little
I'm here because I like to kill. Dude, you all like to do.
yeah, but
to
like pretty much everything
snap
he
your neck.
says like really doesn't. I don't know. It bothers me.
He even says that he kind of swiped Ghost Rider's look.
Well, yeah, that's what he says. They ripped off Ghost Rider. Blah blah blah. What's that huge like? There's like all this text at the very bottom panel.
That's on here.
Yeah,
Oh, that's Venom.
yeah. Venom doesn't.
That's
make
Venom
sense.
talking about the virus.
Yeah.
Because Venom's like telling he's gonna, we're gonna rip your heart out. We're gonna pull your eyes through your stupid sockets.
Right, because
Or pour your throat
Necromancer's
through your
just like,
yeah.
meh, and he drives away.
Yeah, he doesn't hang out for very
No,
long.
he's like, I'm Necromancer, my name makes no sense. Brr. And then
Bye.
he's like, brr, me. That's his motorcycle. And so he like drives away. And then all of a sudden, Paranoia shows up, who looks like the Spectre,
oh yeah, paranoia.
who's basically a bunch of bats underneath a cape, which like Batman is so jealous right now because really if Batman could have a final form, that would be it.
Yeah, I know.
A
He's
bunch
like,
of fucking bats under a
Can I
cape.
be a cape in a bunch of form? Yeah.
He's like, I just want to be a bunch of bats underneath a cape. And he cries every night because it'll never happen.
Yeah, he shakes his fist at his mom's picture.
He sure does. And
So-
he tells Alfred to like work on serums to turn him into a big cloud of bats.
It's like, oh, make a lot of bats. I'm like, you're an idiot.
If he lived in the Marvel universe, he would talk to Swarm, who is a big swarm of bees.
Swarm of Nazi bees.
Nazi bees that form a human-shaped being.
I just see Swarm and Venom hang out. That'd be kind of fun.
Sure.
I'd read that. Like Swarm and Venom hanging out.
So
One of 3, written by Ann Nocenti.
here, let them talk about things that don't make sense. So
It's like,
then,
I'm like soup. Anyways. I'm a necromancer. You are?
So-
What? Anyways, yeah.
now we're in like
San Francisco.
we're
so
in some apartment somewhere.
in San Francisco.
No, I know, but it's just some like random apartment. It's
Well,
not anything special.
Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff going on with this girl who apparently is dating Eddie.
Eddie's girlfriend, who's like has a lawsuit because corporations are dicks or something, and so
She's saying that there's a
Juggernaut-
her thing is apparently there's a corporation that she's working for that is driving people mad.
okay,
So she told Eddie. So, but what she's upset about is she told Eddie.
oh, I know, but we find that out later.
Okay, anyways,
Yeah, so basically, she has like a lawsuit thing going, but like Juggernaut's been paid to kidnap her by
Right.
someone.
by like the head of like somebody in the
By-
corporation.
Sure.
I think they have a
So
corporation.
he has kidnapped her, and they're like in some like random apartment, and he's trying to talk on the phone with his helmet still on.
How does this physics work? How can he hear through any of that? I mean, you can't tell me that the helmet is thin enough for a phone conversation to happen both ways.
Yeah, I don't understand the physics of Juggernaut's helmet in general.
I mean,
but-
it's
'cause
obviously
it's like a waste paper basket with like eye holes cut in it. Is
Yeah.
basically what it is. He's just like, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
I'm the Juggernaut bitch. I gotta be moving.
But then, like, this girl is so nice. She's like, oh, Juggernaut, you know, maybe it is my fault, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you about my boyfriend. And nobody cares.
She's like, I understand your frustration. No one takes you seriously, do they? They can't see past your muscles. But me, I'm like a lawyer. I'm a lawyer, and no one takes the pretty girl seriously. I'm like, what? It's like, Shut up.
Yeah, I don't
Whatever.
understand. She's just talking, and Juggernaut.
Juggernaut does have the rib abs too.
Oh, you mean the pebbles?
Pebble abs?
Pebble abs. He also gets really tired of her talking and tries to turn on the TV, which is probably the smartest thing that he's done.
Yeah, they got TVs.
He's like, we gotta turn
And
on
they're
the
drinking
TV.
Ite.
Ice.
Ice.
So there's like a lot of like, she's like, oh, this is all my fault. Because once I told Eddie that I didn't like this guy, Venom thought.
He's like, I'll go kill the. He's like, she went, go kill the boss. Or she said,
the boss is evil.
The boss is evil. So he was like, okay, I'm gonna go kill your
boss.
boss. But apparently he killed
Somebody
a woman
else.
who is just hanging of a janitor, lady janitor.
Sure.
That the way Juggernaut says, the lady janitor was sitting in the chair, so she's probably just like, oh, my feet hurt, and Venom showed up and was like, we're gonna kill you,
Right.
And he killed this poor woman,
Right.
So
she's like, oh, this is all my
Apparently
fault.
he
I
didn't-
must take the blame.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, not really your fault, lady. I mean,
she's like, oh, she's just moping, and then she gets then there's like a news report on TV that's just about how lawsuits are ruining America.
yeah, and about how she's terrible.
And then how she's the one of the reasons behind it, because she her name was Beck.
Yep.
Beck Underwood in her one woman campaign against a big corporation,
Well,
against Scarmore Industries.
well, that's how they do it.
Yeah.
That's what happened with the McDonald's coffee lady.
Yeah, this is around that time too.
Yeah, where they were like, that woman actually had a very good point. Like, McDonald's had already been cited like dozens of times for having like really, really hot coffee. There was this poor elderly woman who wasn't even driving. They had actually parked the car and she spilled coffee, and it was so hot that she had 3rd-degree burns. That's how fucking hot it was. But then they decided to like make her look terrible in the media, and like everybody knows what happened. They're like, oh, you see, of course hot coffee's hot, you fucking idiot. There's like a whole documentary about it. It's really fucked up, but that's what happens when you try to, fuck with people who have tons of money.
Yep.
So that's what they're doing to her. So then we go back to like wherever Venom is.
So Venom's in his parent is weird
terror
world,
land
terror
or
land
whatever.
is his terror landscape, and he's fighting this paranoid guy, and he's shooting snakes. He's turning Venom into bats.
Yeah.
Like he's slicing Venom bats out of Batman's Batman.
Yeah, he's
out
like,
of Venom's back.
Yeah, and then
And Batman is probably like, "Fuck, man, come on."
He's like, dude, that's so much cooler. And then Venom is like, oh wait, I wish I had like claws. And then his suit makes claws. He's like, yeah, I could do this.
Yeah, apparently this is the new thing where he becomes spiky.
Yeah, so then he becomes spiky, and
He realizes his spikiness.
yeah, and he fights paranoia or whatever,
And he's not even there.
And yeah, so he's like, oh, okay, well, maybe this claw stuff, and then he like goes on like a little rant about manicures.
Because he makes his hands all stubby again. So
Yeah,
he's got
he's like, oh man, the girls would be so jealous. I don't have nails anymore. I'm like, shut up, Venom, you suck. And so then, as he's like standing around just being like, man, I'm great,
Necromancer shows back up.
and he just punches him right in the face. So, and then they fight.
And then he just kind of slaps this guy around.
Yeah, and then they just fight, slap.
Fight, slap, punch. And then Dusk shows up.
Oh, yeah.
Who's this? Is this thing actually Dusk?
Is that a guy? I don't... okay. He's
And
got
then
a lot
like
of
he...
teeth.
And then... Yeah, and then like another monster shows up and like brings about, produces a bunch of like villains or heroes like Wolverine and Spider-Man to fight him, but they're all red.
Yeah. And like he's got to fight them.
Yeah, he's fighting them. It's a bunch of weirdness just going on.
It's a bunch of hooey.
That's what Venom. A bunch of hooey should have been the title of this
Venom, a
book.
bunch of hooey.
And you know what? In the early 90s, we still have been buying it.
Of course.
I bought a few of these.
So eventually Venom like defeats whatever's happening, and I'm still unsure of exactly how he got to this little hellscape.
Because he has this disease, like he's having a fever dream.
And all of a
He's
sudden,
having a realistic fever dream that's causing him to go crazy and
right,
basically
but then
go
it's
into
just,
this realm.
and then
That's basically
it's over.
Yeah, he's just fighting
And
through
then-
it.
and then it's over. So then he's like,
So the issue
huge.
before this was just nothing but like all of this bullshit going on constantly. I'm kind of glad I'm just reading the last issue of this.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I would have been able to read the first 2 of this.
No, it's a disaster. So he, like, fights through it or whatever, and he's like, haha, now I'm going to go find my girl and kiss her, and it's going to be gross.
Yeah, he wants to go and make out with a woman, but he's got tiny little head,
no neck,
and the gigantic shoulder neck.
Yeah, he doesn't even have shoulder neck. It is just like his skull is attached to his shoulders.
His shoulder neck just kind of goes.
Yeah, it's like he should have a neck, but he doesn't. It's kind of fucked up.
Then we cut to something with the underground,
Yeah,
San Francisco.
apparently San Francisco has an underground, which if you've ever read,
there's like houses and stuff.
yeah, if you've ever read Ann Nocenti's Catwoman, she is really obsessed with this idea of like cities that are under actual cities.
Oh, she into chuds?
Oh my god, I bet she is. I bet she's totally into chuds.
Would she think she's gonna do a chud reboot?
God, I don't know. But yeah, there's always an underground.
And Nocenti, chud lover.
Yeah, there's always like an
And
underground
actually, that'd be a
city.
good question to ask her if you ever see her at a panel. Be like, do you love chuds?
I mean, I don't know why. Like I said,
So, like in Venom,
this has shown up before.
in Venom, the madness, you were into this chud thing, and then the Wonder Cat woe and stuff, and she'd be like, whatever.
She'd just be like, chuds are real.
She's into weird societies, I've noticed, actually, because I also read her Batman, or not Batman, the Beauty and the Beast,
right.
which that goes off the rails.
Is there an underground city in that one?
No, but there's a bunch of mutants hanging out with BoJack Horseman and shit.
Oh yeah.
You remember that? We
Yeah,
read like I think
yeah,
what's
we
the
did.
first issue? Yeah, we read
did,
the first issue, and that went fucking batty,
Yeah.
you know. And she's like, because she's into like societies of people and stuff. She's
Yeah,
like, that's
that
what she's
happens
into.
a lot. So there's a society and there's also an underground city, which again, in Catwoman, there's a whole like underground
Yeah.
thing going on.
But anyway, so like, there's this dude that's kind of recapping some of the stuff that we just kind of know about already. I don't know who he is. I'm assuming he shows up in another Venom miniseries. And then this girl, this Beck girl, is just sitting there like, oh, I should forgive him.
Yeah,
and
she's just, I mean, I
which
can't
we
imagine.
don't need.
Juggernaut must feel terrible. Except he's like, man, she's so nice. I'm like, all she's done.
Did we pass by that one where he's just like, so is Venom like your boyfriend? And
Yeah, I think we did.
yeah, that was kind of fun.
Yeah, he's like, is he boy? She's like, I don't really know. Like, Juggernaut's really patient with her.
He's really patient despite being grimacy the entire time.
Yeah.
Calling her a monster lover. He's just
Right.
this giant man.
Right, he hasn't like punched her in the face, told her to shut up.
Well, he's not going to punch her in the face. There's a reason to punch her in the face.
Because she won't shut up.
Well,
I mean, he's a horrible
He's not-
kidnapper.
yeah, but he's kind of dumb.
He doesn't put duct tape over her mouth. Nothing.
No, he just got to let her hang out. He talks to her, watches TV, he drinks some Ud Light.
Yeah, Udite. Udite.
Udite.
Udite. Man. So, Venom, he like... So what does Venom do now?
So Venom's like, what? Oh,
I'm sorry.
You want to hold this?
Yeah, I just can't see it.
You want it to be
sorry.
easier for me to, because we're now that we hold our mics,
Yeah.
our hands are full.
Well, I mean, they're not that big. Mics aren't that big.
Big mic.
So, Venom tracks down the lady, and Juggernaut's like, oh, no, now time for a little bit of fighting.
Well, he kind of comes to this conclusion where he's like, she's like, I forgive him.
Yeah.
I forgive Venom for killing a lady janitor.
Right.
And she's like, she's like, well, maybe people can forgive you, Juggernaut. And he's like, don't talk to me.
Right. Just stop talking.
Stop talking.
And that's when Venom shows up, and they start fighting. And so they're fighting in this apartment.
Fighting in this tiny apartment.
And, like, we get this, like, little aside here where there's, like, an old man, like, knocking his cane against the wall, be like, quiet. And then there's this woman who, she's got a glass to the wall, and she's like, sounds fun. And I was like,
Here's
what
the thing I
the
don't
fuck is
understand is like,
happening?
but she's talking like she knows who this woman is.
I-
You know, like who Beck is, because like it sounds like it's
maybe
in the
this
same.
is-
Maybe he
maybe it's
kidnapped
her
her in
apartment.
her own apartment.
Yeah, that's pointless, because you're like, I can't find where she is. She's at home.
She's living in this appointment, and there's a woman that's just like, "Hey, sounds sexy."
Yeah, all that beating up next door sounds real hot, because this woman's just into
Is this like
shit.
Westworld with the orgy?
Yeah, it is.
Is how it starts?
Yeah. This woman is into some stuff. She needs to go to the club.
And there's a woman with cats and
There's
a very.
a fat old lady with a lot of cats. And this one poor cat is the same color as the floor.
Oh, I know. He's not. He's translucent. I think
But
that
this
cat
one-
might be a mutant.
This one, his feet are all the same color as the rug, and his tail's the same color as the couch.
Oh, in the Nocenti was a color this.
Oh, somebody had a coloring error because this one cat is literally the same color as the floor.
I know. I'm wondering why is her one floor? Why is her floor meowing?
I was like, why is it meowing? No, it's a cat.
Who's the colorist here? Let's call them out.
Yeah,
Also,
for bad cat coloring.
bad cat coloring. Tom Smith. Yeah,
Tom Smith?
That's not a real person.
No, Tom Smith can't be real.
Also, Mr. Magoo. She included Mr. Magoo in here.
Yeah, and horny woman and fat woman with her
translucent cats.
cats. So, Juggernaut is like, dude, fuck this. I don't get paid enough for this.
Yeah, and he's right. He's like,
right.
this is bullshit.
He's
what am I
totally
doing?
right.
What am I even doing here?
And
What am I
so
even doing here?
That's
Why did
when-
Andy Senti write me into this?
Right. He's like, God damn it, I'm out.
I could take my scaly
My pebble abs.
pebble rib abs, and go do something else.
Yep. And so he leaves, and Venom's gonna go after him, and she's like, no, don't. It's over. And his like suit falls back. He's like, oh, it's over? And she's like, yes, Eddie, that's it. Oh, it's so great. And Juggernaut runs away.
Ooh, Captain America video game. I like that game.
And so
That's a fun game.
Eddie's like, you really forgive me? She's like, I do. I understand you. I'm not going to turn you in. You know, I gave you a bad command because you're just like an attack dog, and I gave you a bad command.
And she uses that a bunch of times, and it's actually kind of like,
It's
I'm like
actually really gross. Like to describe somebody as a dog that you just command, it's kind of gross. Because she even says like, "That's a good boy." Like when he's like trying to like reveal his face, she's like really.
Eddie
treating
could do better than this.
Yeah,
weirdo.
no, I mean like you don't want anybody who treats you like you're a dog, like literally a dog.
Yeah.
So like, she's like, oh, you know, I'm gonna go back with the underground and Eddie, I have to tell you that I can't be intimate with you anymore. Probably because I think of you as a dog.
It did that
Right?
that, and also you have alien monster in your body
Yeah, and she's like, when you're passionate, I fear for my life.
because he becomes all monstery and he has a
Apparently,
giant
he needs
tongue.
to go date that next door neighbor lady.
Yeah, no, you
she
could
would've
probably
been totally into
get
that.
him and Venom in that and the glass to the
wall
lady
lady. Oh,
because
shit, man.
they would have a
Yeah,
good time.
She was, this woman gets afraid, but the other one gets off on it. So
she's into it.
yeah, you should go knock on her door.
He should do some Tinder right now.
Yeah, he should totally be
Venom
on
should be
Tinder.
doing Tinder right now and be like, swipe right for next door.
Definitely swipe right for next door.
Don't want to get that. You swipe left for the woman with the translucent cats.
Yeah, she's probably not into serious.
She's not into that. She's upset.
No,
But you got right next door. He could literally just walk next door and be like, "Yo,
and to be like,
What up?
You want some rough sex? And she'd be like, oh my god,
I can wear whatever you need me to as well," because that's the benefit of the suit.
right?
Is that it could turn into whatever clothes he wants.
Exactly.
You know, even though I feel like I've never seen Venom or Eddie Brock dressed in anything other than just regular clothes.
Right. Well, that's the thing. And he's like, hey, do you want me to like you into some rough sex? And she's like, oh my god,
You could dress
My-
like Demolition
my
and
dreams
fucking
have come true.
bondage gear.
your suit can even tie me up on its own.
Yeah.
Yep,
yeah.
Dude, this woman is just waiting for him.
Love is right around the
It's
corner.
right around the corner. When God shuts a door, he opens a window. That's exactly what's happening right here. So, Venom's sad, and she's like, we're going to be friends. And they have a little...
Friend zoned. You got friend zoned.
Well,
Well, you know.
it's not a thing. But he gives a little speech.
It's not a thing.
No.
The friend zone does not exist.
Is not a thing.
I mean, I believe you. I believe you. I've never heard anybody say that. Though.
Oh, yes, no. The friend zone's not really a thing. Because, like, basically it says, like, the only reason that you would ever be nice to a girl is because you want to have sex with her. So you pretend to be her friend so she'll have sex with you. And when she doesn't do what you want, you complain that you've been friend zoned.
As opposed to just accepting the fact that the girl doesn't want to have sex with you.
Exactly.
Right.
So, like, and really, the only person keeping you in the, quote, friend zone is you. Because,
Right.
like, if you can't really be around this person because they don't want to be with you, then don't be around them.
You're an adult. You don't have to do it.
Right? Like, you could just
Or
be
you're
like,
you're
oh.
a teenager. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do any of
Yeah,
that.
you could be like, man,
There's no rules.
I really wanted to be... I wanted to be more with my friend. Like, I really wanted more than just friends. And it hurts me too much to be around them.
Right.
So you know what? I'm going to take a step back and take care of myself. You don't have to be a dick about it. You can just be like, you know what? I wish you the best. And then you go on and you meet somebody else.
Yeah, don't be a dick, guys.
Don't be a dick. That's all I'm saying.
Don't be shitty.
Like, it's fine. You don't have to be like, but I have to be this person's friend, even though it, like, breaks my heart every day. It was like, well, fucking step back to then.
I've known a few people like that.
So have I. And I mean,
it's-
shit, I did it when I was a kid.
I've had that too, but I mean, just and knowing, you know what?
Yeah.
It's a good.
And doing that, like, for myself to be like, oh, wait, I can't be in this sort of situation because it fucks with me and I don't like it and I don't like the person that I am. So I'm actually going to take myself out of this situation
Yeah.
and be the person that I want to be. That's how you fucking do that.
Yeah.
So, now you've learned something today, audience.
I did,
Oh, I said audience.
and I kind of understand it more too.
Okay, good.
I haven't been in any sort of zone other than married zone for almost 5 years. So
I know. Aren't you so glad you're stuck with me?
I kind of am.
Kind of.
I am. You know, I'm sitting there reading a 20-year-old Venom book written by Nocenti.
Read a 20-year-old Venom book and we both sound like blah.
This is what we're doing.
You actually don't sound that bad. I
don't sound as bad as I did.
Yesterday,
I
I
don't feel
sound
as bad.
like, oh man. I mean, I sounded more like a dude than I usually do. I have a low voice. I don't know what to tell you. It's the way it is. Oh, but I'm all stuffed. Okay, so
Anyway, so Venom basically goes under.
later, yeah, Venom goes back to like a sewer.
He goes to. I think he goes back to the place where apparently he fell into some pit.
Yeah, and he's like,
Open pits, guys. Be careful.
Open pits, right? And he's like, oh man, virus, I'm going to put you back in the open pit and we'll see you later.
He drains the virus or whatever from his.
I don't think that's how
alien
viruses
body.
work.
I don't think so either, but
Like, once you've, like, your body's immune system has killed the virus, you can't just be like, oh, I'm going to put... It's not like putting the bird back in its nest after its mom kicked it out. Like, it doesn't work that way.
yeah,
It's not how it works.
yeah,
And so Venom is like, we will be back. Ha, 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 ha.
and that's it.
And then there's this thing that says, oh, he will be back with...
Another shitty
Venom,
miniseries.
The Enemy Within #1.
Ooh, wonder what that was. Oh, who's in there? Hobgoblin and Demogoblin or
Yeah,
Morbius?
Morbius.
You know, okay.
Well, it's written by Bruce Jones
Bruce Jones.
and Bob McLeod.
Ooh, Bruce Jones. Bruce Dern?
Yes, it's written by Bruce Dern.
Oh, you know if it was written by Bruce Dern, I'm on board.
Yeah.
Having met Mr. Bruce Dern, I have to say, I'm on board for you're on board for a good time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and the letters page of this one is called Eddie's Clubhouse.
Eddie's Club.
Sure.
Because
You know what I noticed? A lot of these things they were talking about are not this series. They're talking about Venom Funeral Pyre.
those are the ones before it.
Yeah.
Does
Either
it-
that or they just didn't really
Because they're
wanna-
getting around to letters from, before, because this is back before you couldn't just get an
know.
email and print it.
I
like
would
it's
I would like to think that even if they had letters about this series, they're not going to publish them.
You don't think so?
Because they don't want to be like, what is Nocenti talking about? That is not
Oh,
the
no, there was some
actual
dude-
definition of necromancer.
You would be writing that letter.
Yes, it would.
And you would be
actually.
like, what the fuck? But no,
Yeah.
everybody else writing. This is like, Venom and Juggernaut, awesome together, man. All right. I'm so fucking pumped. Gonna do some push-ups. Because, Venom's kind of, I'm not going to lie, Venom's kind of a bro character.
Oh, Venom's a total bro.
He goes to the gym. He's a part of the 200 club.
Oh, yeah.
He could bench 200 pounds.
Yeah. I would just like to say, hold on, I'm going to look. There are Venom and Juggernaut. Okay, it's on the cover, right? That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Venom and Juggernaut actually throw down for a total of 3 panels. And then
Barely.
Barely.
part of that's an old man yelling at them.
Yes. So they throw down for about 3 panels.
Maybe they threw down earlier.
And, like, it looks so cool on this cover because, like, it looks like they're outside and there's fire. No, it's in an apartment and they get, like, 2 punches and then Juggernaut runs away.
Yeah.
So false advertising on this fucking cover. Juggernaut was there just basically to listen to that lady talk.
Yeah, he was kind of like a Dr. Drew kind of thing.
He really was.
I thought that was very nice of him.
Yeah, it really was. He's a really good listener, you guys.
He was very, he was actually very. I was like, you know what? I don't know how you can hear anything in that helmet,
Yeah.
but you are a great listener.
Maybe that's why he's a really good listener, because it's just like... And he's like,
It's like, yeah, I empathy with you.
And he's like, empathy. Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe Juggernaut just doesn't hear what's going on, and that's why he's such a good listener.
Yeah. So let me ask you this.
No.
So the next, what?
No.
I said no.
No, ask me nothing. No, go ahead.
Would you read the first issue of Venom: The Enemy Within?
No. No.
But it's not written by Nocenti.
No.
No.
No, it's so 90s, and it's just there's so much hulking man mass. It's just
I'm interested in it because Morbius is in it, and
Yeah.
I kind of like Morbius.
well, Morbius is cool.
I like Morbius. I'm kind of intrigued to see what him and Venom are gonna be farting around with.
So, like, did they just decide to give Venom a bunch of miniseries instead of giving him an actual book?
Yeah, for a while, and then eventually he got he's had a few series.
Okay.
A few books, here and there. The Venom character has changed quite drastically.
Never really... The only real exposure I've had to Venom is when I used to watch the animated Spider-Man show from the 90s. And I didn't really care for him there.
Yeah, God, I don't remember. I remember it.
Yeah.
Like, I remember the animated series because I remember there was a lot of toys and a lot of, Toy Biz stuff.
Oh, yeah, I used to watch it all the time.
But I never really remember, like, sitting down and watching it because
No,
I feel like that was kind of once, like, there was I always remember 93 and 94 being, like, those heavy years of mine that I was really into comics when I was a teenager. And then I got more into wrestling, and then I was like, I have to also play football. And that was kind of it. But... Yeah.
Yeah, I never had any inclination towards any sort of athletic activity because I am a disaster of a human.
Oh, I'm a disaster human too. I should have never been nowhere near that stuff.
So, no, because I remember, when I was younger, it was like Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, X-Men, then I'd watch Gargoyles, which is still one of my favorites, and then Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I remember those all being like I'd like plan out my when I had to watch these. Yeah, it was like, it comes on at this time, so I have to watch it.
Yeah. So here's the thing: a lot of those things were on Saturday mornings, and I wasn't. For the first half of the year, I was nowhere near that shit. So
well, X-Men was always on Saturday mornings where I was, but like Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, and Gargoyles were all like after school shows.
Yeah, I wasn't after school. I was always, I had things to do.
Oh no, I used to
like weightlifting.
Not me. My parents used to get really mad at me because I used to lay in front of the TV and do my homework while watching all these shows. And they were like, "How can you concentrate?" I'm like, "I need background noise," and I'd be like doing math while like watching.
That's what I understand when parents would be like, "Well, what do you do, and how can you do that?" Because I just can't.
I just can't. Leave me alone.
I just can't.
Leave me alone. Why? You're not going to learn anything in front of the TV.
I'll be fine.
I'm learning all sorts of things. Learn about Batman.
I'll be fine.
Do you know what's going to happen in 20 years? I'm going to have a podcast. Talk about comic books.
I'm going to get married to a strange man. And we're going to be together.
And we're
talking about Batman.
We're going to do a lot of comic book stuff, and that's going to be way more important than my algebra. Which
it is. You're right.
Yeah.
You are absolutely right.
Yeah, I don't use algebra every day.
Fuck algebra.
And I have a goddamn. So you know those you know how you had to buy those like TI-82 calculators back in the day because they like graphed and they had like sine, cosine, and tangent and all that sort of stuff on there. My fucking phone has that shit too.
Yeah.
So no, why do I need to learn any of that shit? I've got a phone that does it. I can Google.
Are you stomping all over her
She
stuff?
is. Come here, sweetie.
Are you
Say
stomping
hi.
on Venom? Don't stomp on Venom. It's going to be worth nothing.
You mean less than nothing?
Yeah. Anyways, that's it for Venom the Madness. We will be back with our next book.
Hey guys, it's Adam Ray.
And Josh Wolf, and we have a new podcast on the Sideshow Network called Good Call. It's a sports show for the casual fan. We aren't talking stats, no spreadsheets, or in-depth analysis, nothing like that.
Yeah, it's just fan opinions that will make you laugh and think. So if you want to listen to it, download, rate, and subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, or check us out on the SideshowNetwork.tv/Good Call, or anywhere you get your podcasts.
I'm not sure how much thinking is being done.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, we're back here on Worst Collection over here on Sideshow Network. Thanks for sticking with us. Let's talk about our next book here. I have a cat on me,
You do have a cat on
so I'm
you.
a bit distracted. I have a very light cat on me.
Yeah, she doesn't weigh anything.
No, but she's got claws,
She sure does.
and she's going to be digging into me.
Come here, Leela.
Ow. Ow.
Come on, sweetie. Come over
Okay, there
here.
she goes. All right, so our next book,
Brush the roof.
our next book is now I'm gonna.
Now we're just fat guys trying to say words.
Roof.
Bruff. 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 Meh. Come on. Either that or after like a really big meal.
That's what I sound after I go into a secret sizzler.
Oh,
We
you
went to a
and-
secret sizzler
You and
recently.
Sizzler, man. You really love Sizzler.
You know, I kind of do. I'm a big fan of the hot bar,
But that doesn't really even have that much stuff in it.
but I just like those wings.
But those wings aren't even that good.
Yeah, they are.
So like
They're like loosely breaded, but they're great.
so literally the only reason we go to a Sizzler is because you like the wings?
Well, there's other stuff there too. I can get a steak.
Yeah.
Get a steak. I get a few salad. Get a few sides. You know, I'm into it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not bad. It's not
What-
good.
Well, you know, in like 40 years, we'll be old enough to go to the Sizzler and get like the early bird special. Come on, sweetie.
Yeah, what's that?
Oh, I'm assuming when it's like cheaper. You know, because we'll be old.
I'm old now. I'm old now. Give me a cheaper sizzler. Give me a cheaper steak. All right. So now this next book. So I have to preface. Okay, so I'll just tell you what it's called. Legacy Number 0.
And it is not a DC or Marvel
It is
book.
not DC Marvel. It's Legacy Number 0 from August 1993. And the reason I have this book, we have this book, is because it was given to me by a friend of the show, Kevin Kraft, host of the Mad Scientist Party Hour podcast. Mad Scientist Party Hour. Did I say Power Hour? Mad Scientist Party Hour podcast on Riotcast Network. Funny guys, lots of nerd talk, lots of talk about movies and comic books and video games and just music and cool stuff. So you're pulling the cord.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we're trying
You
to.
okay?
I think we're fine. We're just trying to do this but you're trying to get the cat to talk apparently.
No, I'm just playing with the cat. I'm sorry. I am listening to you.
So he gave me the other day when I was at his Kevin's place to actually bring Steven Sadek to do that show, and there's an episode of that podcast, Bad Scientist Party Hour, that is up currently with myself and Steven Sadek on there. I'm not really talking that much, but I'm on there. And I mentioned this podcast, and Kevin was like, "Hey, you like shitty comics? I have something for you."
Aren't you glad people know you that way?
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad
You like shit.
I'm glad that people think of me and they go, "Hey, you like crap? Here, I got something for you."
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
got some crap for you.
Nobody's like, "Hey, I've got like a Jaguar for you."
Yeah, no one's not like, hey, look at
I
this,
watch.
this cool shit that I have. No, it's like, look at this garbage that I don't want anymore.
So he comes out with a bag that somebody gave him from Goodwill that had a stack full of comics, and that somebody donated. But it was like, "Here, you take this." And he gave it to me, and he gave me this giant stack of comics. A lot of them were not Marvel, but like Image books, Image magazine, Image comic books that I'm just not into. Image. It's not stuff I'm not into. There's a lot of good stuff. There was a lot of stuff in there that I've heard of that was intriguing, but I just wasn't into it. And there's a bunch of random DC books there that a few of those I kept, and a few random Marvel books. A lot of Deadpools, which, I just haven't reached that Deadpool phase of my fandom yet. Apparently,
I think we're too old.
I think we're too old. I think it's just not for me.
Yeah.
So
no, I
there's
mean,
a lot.
I get it. I appreciate
I'm saying
it.
I'm certain if I read it, I would
enjoyed
probably
the
really.
movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie. I'll probably, if I read a bunch of
I
Dead.
have some Deadpool.
Yeah, if I would read some Deadpool comics, and I would be like, oh, that was really funny, because it's written by somebody like Brian Posehn, who's really funny, and
Right.
There's a lot of, a lot of good stuff, a lot of good people behind it, but I'm just not into it. However, this Legacy book, was in there, and I was like, what do we do with this? Because it's
It's shiny.
it is shiny as fuck.
Oh, it's so shiny.
It is Legacy number 0, premium edition, and it is like gold. Zip, it is gold and shiny as hell.
Yep.
And we've got. I'm assuming this is Legacy on the cover.
Sure. And this guy.
This guy, he's got like a big purple cape.
He is the heroist of heroes.
He's got like
He's got a square jaw. He's got the hair.
He's wearing like
got the muscles. He's
wearing an outfit like Darkhawk too, without
Yeah,
like
it's just-
the shoulder pads.
if you were like, think of a generic hero, this is the exact person you would picture.
Yeah, if you're like, I'm going to draw a superhero.
Yeah, that's not like a Superman or a Batman or a Wolverine or whatever. I'm just gonna just draw a generic superhero. This is the guy you would draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and just a little background here. So I had to do some research on this because I'm just like, what the frig is going on here? But
They kind of tell you a little bit, but then there's also these parts where you're like, what is that? What is that?
not so much with the comic book about the characters. I'm talking about the company.
Oh, okay.
So Majestic, I think, was just basically like a comic book, like just a random comic book company that came out around the boom of comic books in the early 90s.
It kind of strikes me, just the way the inside cover is printed. It strikes me as a comic book company that should have been more for fantasy comics instead of superheroes.
Probably.
Like,
And maybe they had the plans for that.
yeah, because it just, that's the way it seems. That's how it comes off. It's like, this should be super fantasy, and like, we should be talking about like elves and orcs and shit, and like,
Well-
instead we've got this guy.
No, we're talking Majestic, we're talking Legacy here. And it's kind of like it was a comic book place that they put out, like, if you do real research on I found there was an article about like
I do not.
What?
I do not do research.
Well, I was curious, and I found that there was a collectible card
Sorry.
series they put out.
For this guy?
No, for like a bunch of unknown artists.
Oh,
At the
that's
time-
probably what they're referring to at the very back of this book.
Probably.
I read the bios.
Oh, you read some of this?
What, the two bios at the back?
What, this Donald Trump guy?
Oh, and then the guy before him.
Oh,
You've seen the guy before him. Please tell me you saw the guy before him.
well, I saw all these guys. Yeah.
Oh, see, I missed this. I missed these two. I'm talking about the other guy.
I just realized that these pictures, like these bios on the back, so it's like their picture in the box, and then like their picture is also superimposed giant.
Yeah.
That kind of freaks me out.
Is that guy.
No, this guy.
He refers to the card something or other.
He's 33 years old apparently in
There's
this picture.
no way that guy
No.
is 33 years old in that picture.
No.
No. I mean, unless people just were like really old in the 90s, but I don't remember that.
No. Well, have you've watched Forensic Files?
Oh, you know what? You're right.
This kind of proves it.
You're right.
It's a hard 33. Holy shit.
I feel bad. I don't want to like rag on that guy, but he does not look 33.
But I mean, come on. You would look at this guy, you would be like, this guy has to be at least 43.
Has to be, yeah.
Has to be 43.
Yeah.
That's a hard 33.
Yeah, it's just, some people look older than they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so let's start this thing.
Okay. Anyway, so
But,
they
yeah.
basically, long story short, they started this company. the comic boom crashed because everybody was like, shiny comic book covers and shit like that are worthless. Mm-hmm. And these guys went under. Mm-hmm. You know, but it was a bunch of guys who used to do stuff for Marvel and like other indie other books that just were like, hey, let's put out some stuff.
Right.
You know, which, you know, great. You know,
right.
It's all good.
Yeah.
However, it's not going to stop us from making fun of it.
No, God, no.
Because this was given to me in a pile of trash.
Literally a pile.
A literal pile of comic book
because
trash.
if you hadn't gone over to that guy's place, he would just been like, you know what? This is trash.
This is going to Goodwill, and Goodwill would have threw it in the garbage.
Yeah, Goodwill would have been like, we can't sell this. No one's stupid enough to buy this. Oh, but you're wrong.
Well, I don't think I would have bought it.
I wouldn't have bought this.
But I own it. Well, I have it. In my,
we were given it.
It is my possession.
If we were not given this book, I would not have bought this book.
So anyway, basically the story is that there was, once upon a time, there was a superhero named the Protector.
Yes. And he came to Earth, and he was, like, helping.
He's basically like Superman.
And everybody was like, he doesn't really exist. But then there was, like, a confirmed sighting, and everybody was like, man, the Protector, he's the best. And then, unfortunately, the Protector died. But before he died, he picked a successor and, like, gave him power or something. Like, it gets really fuzzy on how he gave this guy power. He gave him power, and he named him Legacy, and Legacy sucks.
Yeah, he sucks ass.
And he fucked up real hard, so...
We don't know how he fucked up, but apparently he just kind of fucked up.
He just sucked. And so the Protector being like, fuck, I'm going to die in, like, a day, so I'm just going to, like, give power randomly to people across the planet...
Yeah.
And hope that one of them will really, like, live up to my legacy.
Basically. Live up to my legacy, literally.
Yeah.
Not this dipshit
Not
named
this
Legacy.
dipshit. So that's what's going on here. And it doesn't say how all of these people are getting these powers.
There was some sort of spore thing or whatever.
Apparently he just, like, jizzed all over these people, and they like
you went world jizz.
Some people got pregnant and others didn't. I think that's how that happened.
He did a world jizz, and basically it's also
they got pregnant with power.
Some people like it activated, and some people it hasn't quite yet. So we kind of see that here and there. Mm-hmm. Is that also on the back here too? Where did I read?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, where did I read that then? Where he?
It's in here. It's in here. Because like, so what happens is like, so Legacy. As this story is being told in the very beginning, we'll get the info. Legacy is like taking the Protector's body, to another place to bury it.
Yeah.
So.
And he's digging through.
And he does that.
And then apparently there's like this island.
Yeah, there's like an island where I guess like.
Which is 60 miles west off of San Francisco, which makes me believe that this Venom story and this story are going on at the same time.
Sure. And they're going to, like, that's where all the superheroes are stationed now.
Venture Island. That's where the Venture Brothers live.
Sure, yeah. And, like, Air Force One is coming to land on it because the president wants to talk to Legacy. And then they're stopped by Dark Bob.
Well, they don't want them to land.
You mean Dark Bob?
No, well, they just don't want them on this island, and so the people that are that are on the island are just like get bent, and then Dark Bob shows up.
His
basically,
name is Dark Bob,
and his name is Dark Bob, and fuck that.
Yes.
And he shows up, and he is he's got basically control over like dark matter.
Yeah, like a shadow.
Like a shadow or a shroud.
Yeah.
Shroud.
Yeah, kind of like that. But his name is Dark Bob, and he's also a dick.
Yeah.
And so he's like, go home. He even has like, go home, Monkey Boys.
Monkey Boys. Now I'm gonna say this: Monkey Boys is probably like that. You could tell this is a book in the '90s because that's an insult that only the '90s would come up with.
Pretty much.
You call somebody like a monkey boy and be like, look like Chris Hardwick from '95.
Yeah, yeah.
That's appropriate.
It is.
Which, by the way, good on to At Midnight doing, sadly, only one night of 90s At Midnight.
I know. I'm so sad it was only one night.
I'm like, we just have to show like this from now on because that was a lot of fun.
I really enjoyed that. Can we go back to 90s?
I like what you guys were doing before, but can we just do this now?
This is better.
This is good.
I like Chris Hardwick with floppy hair because it makes me feel like I'm young again. Because I remember him on Singled Out when he had hair like that. Except he was a lot puffier.
He was.
So anyway.
Sorry. Anyways, so so go home, Monkey Boys, and then
they're like, fine. We'll
the plane
just
was
leave.
like, fine, fuck off.
So then, as that's happening, we're down on the island, and there's like this one. What's this guy's name?
I don't know what this guy's name is.
Ponytail McFuck.
Ponytail McMetal guy, like he controls metal,
And then this girl whose name
is dumbstruck.
Yeah. Which you find out why later, but holy shit, what a terrible name. Her name is Dumbstruck, and she kind of looks like Jubilee because she's like a young kid.
Yeah.
And she's all upset because people are dead. And like this one guy, the guy with the ponytail, like super general man or whatever his name is.
How come this guy's so much wider? I mean, I know, is he standing? Because he's like,
I don't know.
Like wider and bigger than her. It's just kind of weird.
She's a kid, I guess.
But she's like not even. But she's kind.
Like
But she's
16.
a kid. Is she really 16?
Yeah, she's like 16 years old, which is like, this is what I hate about like comics and stuff when they'll always draw somebody who's like supposed to be 16 as like so much smaller than the adult. And I was like, dude, I don't know about you, but I was fucking full grown at 14, so you would have just had to draw me normal.
Yeah, 16-year-old kids aren't that. I mean, here's the thing.
I was
when I was a
absolutely
senior. Okay,
full-grown
well, here's the thing. When I was a senior in
16.
high school, I was 18, and you look like a 7th grader. And you look at a 7th grader. 7th graders are tiny.
Yeah.
But
Once you hit that growth spurt, though,
yeah,
you're
which
not
is
gonna be that tiny.
9 times out of 10, if she, well, okay, I don't know if she would, how old she is then.
Yeah.
We don't know if she's.
Maybe
I'm
she's
assuming
like 12.
she's 12, and this guy's like 35.
Sure, that might work.
He looks like the guy in the back.
Yeah, but like, dude, I was 14 years old. I was 5'9". You can't pull that shit with me.
No.
I hate it. Drives me nuts. Anyway, so like.
Well, apparently the protector was supposed to help them.
Yeah, and like they have powers now, and like so she's like, oh, I tried to tell Caroline, who apparently is another hero, something, but how about I tell you? And so he's like, I won't tell anybody, I promise. And then you turn the page and you see that they're being watched by somebody, like some sort of military installation.
Yeah.
I don't really know who these people are or where they are. This was one of my big questions because I don't know who these people are.
Apparently they're watching a gigantic floor screen.
Yeah, but like they're also keeping track of all the other people on the planet who have found these powers. So are they the military or it doesn't say. They're just these people who have a bunch of equipment who watch these other people.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, we never find out what she's going to tell him. And then there's a bunch of like other.
There's this real quick. Actually, there's this real quick thing where this guy is like, hope she's not going to tell him that she had a crush on him. I'm going to puke. And then whoever's in charge here is like, so and so, or Major Brooks. He's like, Major Brooks. He's like, or he's like, this guy's like, hey, Corporal Landers apparently. Hey, go retreat, go down. You're reassigned to this latrine. And he's like, I think you'll be funnier down there.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Right. Because he doesn't find him funny. And then they start talking about like newly activated people.
Right, which apparently some of the nicknames are Miss Static, Sound Bite, Switch, Animus, The Edge. Which apparently
it's the Edge.
This girl right here, she's the Edge.
She looks a lot different playing for you too.
I know. And also Captain Cool Dude.
Uh-huh.
Which, again...
90s.
The 90s. This is, you could tell this is an indie 90s comic book.
There's some serious 90s names.
This is an indies 90s comic book.
We get to a great one later.
There's indies 90s comic books because they are people named... Sorry.
Mr. Cool Dude.
There are people named Mr. Cool Dude, and we're supposed to take them seriously.
Right.
Because this cover of this comic book is shiny.
Yeah, well, shiny. And so, yeah, they're like, oh, I don't know. They're having problems.
Yeah, so they're having problems.
But I don't really understand who they are or why they're having problems or what they're even supposed to be doing. It doesn't matter. So then all of a sudden they start tracking my favorite hero ever, villain, Punch, Hurt, Kill, wearing a jetpack.
Punch hurt kill.
Punch, Hurt, Kill.
That's his actual name. PHK squared.
Punch, Hurt, Kill.
And apparently...
Because the fucking 90s.
It's the 90s, and also
this guy has all the spikes on him too. Because later, actually, it's pretty funny. He comes out of the water and there's a fish stuck to one of them.
I missed that actually.
Yeah, it's funny.
And then they have like another somebody activating like a lizard guy.
Yeah.
And apparently this lizard guy. So there was a birthday party going on in a store that looks like a tool store.
Yeah, for Bernie, not Barney.
But it's Bernie, the freaky friendly dinosaur.
Yeah, again, 90s.
Bernie Sanders, the dinosaur.
I don't think like kids who are younger who don't really remember the Barney days, like they don't understand like how fucking ubiquitous that was. Like
it was pretty ubiquitous.
Oh my god, it was everywhere and everybody.
It didn't bother me that much because
I hated Barney.
I never had an opinion.
Oh, I hated Barney. And I wanted him to die in a hellfire.
I watched enough. I don't know what you were watching that caused you to...
I babysat.
Oh, okay. See, that makes sense.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, because I definitely was not watching anything
No,
that
I
had
was
Barney anywhere
babysitting.
near it.
I was doing some babysitting
Or
for my
Teletubbies
neighbor.
or whatever. Like, I had no...
No, I have no... Teletubbies, I was out of the babysitting game by that time. But, like, I was babysitting for my next-door neighbor, and he really liked Barney. And that really upset me.
Yeah. So it was a bunch short... PHK squared. He slams down into a random cruise ship.
A cruise ship. And this is what I don't get. Like, he's decided he wants to find legacy. So he just slams into a random cruise ship. Like, so is his plan just to check all the things?
He's going to check all the cruise ships.
Cruise ships, trains, planes, like anything he can possibly think of because legacy might possibly be there.
Right.
So that doesn't make sense. Anyway.
So now we're back with Legacy, and he's burying Protector, and basically he talks about this lottery, which basically is the whole thing that gave everybody these powers.
He's like, if I wasn't such a screw up.
And he's also very like, he's like, I don't want anybody's help.
Right, because he thinks he doesn't need it. He's
Which
one of
apparently
those,
he does because he's awful.
Yeah, super arrogant dudes who thinks he can do everything by himself. So then we're back on the island, and there's like a girl who becomes fire. She like her powers turn on, I guess.
Yeah, and they have these robots named Howard.
Yeah,
like all these robots are named Howard.
Sure.
Yeah, but some girl turns into fire, and now she's all into it.
Yeah, and so she flies off, and apparently it was a bad activation. That's what they call it.
This is a bad activation of
and
a
so
book.
then Legacy finally shows up, and they're like, "Where were you?" He was like, "Oh, I was just like digging up a dead body and reburying it."
I'm a necromancer.
Yeah, I'm really into death, you guys.
I'm really into necromancing.
Yeah, it totally gets me off, bros. So he subscribes to like Girls and Corpses or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
his thing.
Yeah, he's into that.
Yeah. So like. They're like, but you should have done that without the rest of us. He's like, I do whatever I want. And then there's this robot shows up, and he's like, hey, punch, kill, kill. Is this what he tells him? What does he tell him?
He says that distress call for an ocean liner under attack by superpowered.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm going to go. And they're all like,
no.
Take Dark Bob with you.
And like, fuck you. I'm not taking Dark Bob. His name's Dark Bob.
Well, I mean, look, if somebody was like, take Dark Bob with you, and I was like, Dark Bob's an idiot. I'm not taking him with me.
I'm not taking him with me. His name's Dark Bob. Like, he couldn't even pick a better name. And you want me to, like, trust... This guy's judgment...
He could have been called...
This guy...
Black...
He could have just been called the Shadows.
The Shadows. Yeah, the Shadows,
just
plural.
Shadows.
Shadows.
Call himself Shadows. Something. But, like, his judgment was such that he thinks the name Dark Bob was a good idea.
He's like, my name is Bob. Let's call myself Dark.
Dark Bob. Because I make... Shadows.
Dark Bob Dole.
Dark Bob Dole.
Dark Bob Dole.
It'd be actually really funny if he was just walking around holding a pen.
Dark Bob
There's
Dole.
like 3 people who just got that joke.
Dark Bob Dole.
Bob Dole. Bob Dole.
I don't remember when he was running for president.
Oh, you don't?
No, I do, but I don't remember like actually watching a lot of actual Bob Dole footage.
Oh, no, I remember him just always holding a pen.
And I always remember the pen. I always remember him kind of having the weird arm.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But I don't remember him always saying Bob Dole.
I don't think he always said Bob Dole. I think that's like an SNL thing. I don't remember much footage.
Is he still alive?
Shit, I don't know. Good question. Is Bob Dole still alive? Where's my phone?
Guys, this is very
We
important.
gotta find out.
Let's ask Siri.
Is Bob Dole still alive?
He's got to be like 100.
According to Wikipedia, Bob Dole is still alive.
Shit, Bob Dole is still alive. Born in 1923.
Oh,
He's 93 years old.
Bob Dole.
Bob Dole still alive.
Almost president, Bob Dole.
Still alive. Wow. All right. Well, good job, Bob Dole. For living.
You know what? Sometimes it's good that we come across these revelations on this show. It's very important. Anyway, okay. So we get some video, like these robots checking all the, all this video stuff
Yeah.
of all these different
I don't know.
different things. Apparently, Boston had some issues.
Yeah, people are having problems. So, like, as that's happening, like, a little private jet lands on their island, which, in the very beginning...
Well, wait,
Air
does Bob
Force-
Dole intercepts it,
Well, hold on.
or Dark Bob?
Bob Dole. We'll just call him Bob Dole. It's fine. The thing is this plane lands on their island, but they specifically said in the beginning that Air Force One couldn't land because there was too much shit on the runway.
Oh, is that why they wouldn't do it?
Yeah, it says.
I thought they just
clear-
didn't want them to do it.
No, it also says clear the debris off of your runway, and they didn't want them to land anyway. That's why they didn't do it. But
Well, Bob Dole's there. So now
Bob Dole apparently pulls these guys down, and they're from the firm.
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 I don't know what it
And
stands
now we have some henchmen show up, and there is
for. We got. They go, oh boy, there's body count.
yeah, his name's Body.
And that's
Count.
exactly how I feel when I see that. I go, oh boy, there's body count.
Oh boy! So this is Ice-T's band.
It is, yes. Body count,
If
motherfucker.
anybody fucking remembers Body Count,
It's the 90s, 93.
Yeah, oh,
Actually,
shit.
93 body count. This
That
is
was
the
a
only
thing,
time
man.
that when you could say body count, and everybody was like body count, body count.
Remember Cop Killer? That song made everybody very upset. So yeah, Body Count, but he actually just looks like a vampire from the Matrix.
Pretty much.
And then there is a robot.
No, he's not a robot. He's a
No,
man.
He sure looks like one.
But he's a metal covered man,
He just looks like a robot.
and he's wearing metal suspenders, and he's got metal teeth, and his name is Grill,
Of course it is.
as in George Foreman Grill.
Yeah, you can actually cook on him.
Yeah.
He was, that's the thing. He was really ahead of his time because he just wanted people to eat healthy.
Yeah. He was
That-
like,
that-
look, less
that's-
fat off of me.
He's like, guys, that's what I'm really here for. I'm not here to be a henchman. I'm here to sell you a lifestyle.
And then they're there to protect, apparently, the leader of FIRM. FIRM is, his name is Cadmus Zark.
Is his name Cadmus or is it Cadmus?
Kademaus.
How are we pronouncing it?
I'm going to say Cadmus.
Cadmus, but then that's more of a DC thing. That's why I'm like, are we sure it's Cadmus?
But not you can spell Cadmus other ways.
yeah, that's what Cadmus.
Cademos. Cadmus. Socrates.
And it's Socrates, and he's basically like Voldemort if he had hair and a face because he just hangs out with a snake.
It's Jake the Snake Roberts, but he's
If he
also
was like really
but
pretty.
it's Eric the Snake Roberts.
yeah. This is Eric the Snake
Eric the
Roberts,
Snake Roberts. I feel
who
like
just
taking a
happens
picture.
to be very, very pretty, and he has very nice nails. By the way, they're painted, and they are manicured. This guy, he's got his sexy going. Like,
Yeah, he's got some big earrings.
he's
in
got
here.
some Commander Riker facial hair. So they get off, and then now there's going to be like a fight.
Oh yeah, there's a fight. Well, apparently So apparently something's going on with some sort of crystal.
Yeah, like the
Protector
Protector
has.
had like a crystal, which I'm assuming like gave him jizz powers to like give everybody power. So something's going on with that while he's like dead. And then
Now we're back to the boat.
Legacy is trying to save all these people, and the captain's like, "Hey, Legacy, this is your fault." Or he doesn't say that yet, does he?
But everybody just is being.
No one likes him because basically they're like, "This guy showed up because of you. Fuck you, Legacy.
This guy showed up because of you,
suck."
and he's just basically like slowly going in and out of the water, picking people up. He's being very slow.
Yeah, you can't pick up more than one person at a time.
Yeah, he's not doing very good.
No, people hate him.
And the hull is splitting open again.
Mm-hmm. He's having a hard day.
And then there's some guy on the boat the whole time being like, "Hey, this is awesome. I'm on a cell phone. It's the 90s."
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm like, fuck this.
And so then there's
So now we're back with Cademus's arc.
yeah.
Caduceus.
Caduceus's arc. And so everybody starts shooting, and then like that, I don't know, that one guy.
The metal guy. Well, the Cademus does some creepy thing with a knife to this girl.
Well, he like, it's not a knife. He like rips a crystal off a rock, and then he like tries to stab her in the boob.
He rips a crystal off the rock?
Rips a crystal off the rock.
Oh.
Because it's like,
Yeah, what's all these rocks doing here?
I don't know. They're like all crystals or something. And he like rips a crystal off the side of the rock, and then he like tries to stab this chick in the boob.
Yeah, and then metal guy. I like he goes, body count, I've been touched. And then body count's like first time for everything, and he starts shooting at the metal guy.
And he apparently can just
not the metal guy that's a bad guy, but the other metal guy, the big giant man
who
with the
was like
ponytail.
talking to Dumbstruck. It's that guy.
Yeah, he's shooting at him, and it's not working. So then he starts shooting Teflon bullets, and then a bunch of...
These guys come out of an Air Alaska plane.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like all these like little
robot skiffs.
Yeah, and they're gonna start shooting, and then punch. See, here's where punch hurt kill shows up, and there's his fish.
Well, he's got a fish, yeah,
stuck to his spine.
Yeah,
like he just like walks.
He just walked on the ocean
island.
floor fighting squids.
Yeah, and he's
and
mad.
now he's here.
Oh, and this is where they and then we're back in the boat, and this is where they tell Legacy that he sucks.
Yeah, because the monster came for him. And then, like...
But there was no reason for the monster to even believe that Legacy was here.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why they're mad at him. It's not his fault that the monster picked this boat. He was not even on it. He wasn't anywhere near it.
Yeah, no, but they're just upset because he was the reason behind it. And apparently nobody's liked this guy in the first place.
Yeah, this guy sucks. Because even this old lady who's, like, holding her dead husband is like, you suck!
And there's, like, just like a bunch of bodies on this deck.
Yeah.
It's a sucky
It's like, you're
party.
the worst. So now we're fighting.
So now this is like an Ann Nocenti worthy sequitur.
Yeah.
Where now all of a sudden Bob Dole is back, and he's hitting punch kill with a gigantic black fist.
Yes. His little shade fist.
And so he goes away, and they're trying to find him, and then we get like Grill fighting.
I don't know whoever
this girl is. Apparently she's strong.
Yeah, actually, like put like a little dent in Grill's head.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stupid fighting going on here. Bunch of boom and barakaka. Yeah, this is just a super hokey shit.
Yeah, it's really weird.
So metal guy. I wish I knew what this guy's name was. I don't really care.
I don't know, but he like sucks the metal off of Grill with. That's pretty gross, and he's just like this. He's basically Deadpool underneath.
He looks like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, so he's all fucked up. He's like, you made me you remind me that people used to make fun of me when I was a kid. Punch, and then like his metal comes back, I guess. And so, as that's going on, Body Count like tackles Dumbstruck, and he's like,
yeah, he tackles this poor tiny girl.
Yeah, he's a grown man. He and a vampire. He tackles this girl, and she's like, oh yeah, he's like, I'm gonna get you, and he's like, oh, did he tell you not to look me in the eye? And that's where she like does something to his head where he thinks he's like strapped to a train.
She basically can do like, she has like the powers like Mirage from
Yeah.
the New Mutants, where she can create like your worst fears,
Yeah.
like Scarecrow or
Yeah.
whatever, you know. Or actually, no, it's a bit different. Yes, Mirage is different, but
yeah, but basically
yeah.
like make you think that you're doing something, whatever it is, like tied to the front of a train in this guy's case.
yeah. And then Eric Snake Roberts.
Eric the Snake.
Does he do something to her? Because like he's just kind
I
of.
think he knocks her out.
But we don't see any of that because
No,
like we
she's
just.
just unconscious. And
Like-
at first I was like, wait, is she unconscious?
Like, because he's holding a gun, I think.
I think he just hit her in the back of the head with it. Because at first I thought that using her power exhausted her, so she passed out. But I
She took a random nap.
I think he hit her in the back of the head.
Okay. And then, and then Legacy shows up.
Yeah, and he's like, I will do it. And they're like, why don't we all just fight together? For fuck's sake.
Like,
And he's like,
Bob Dole's back here.
fine, I guess we can, like, be friends or whatever. Let's grab this giant chain link fence and, like, wrap this punch, kill, or punch, kill.
Punch, hurt, kill.
Punch, hurt, kill.
PHK squared.
Wrap him up in all the chain link. That's what happened to Donald Trump's wall. Guy used it to get wrapped up, this fucker guy. And then, I guess, Dumbstruck makes them all think that they won.
Yeah.
When they didn't. And then Eric the Snake Roberts is like, well, you can't really fuck with me because I have a bomb planted in like a volcano.
Yeah, of course he does.
That is, now I've just gone and blown it up. And if you don't let me go, I'm going to let the other one go too. And now we should all do this together because now we're a team.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they all run off to like go save people or something.
Yeah, they all get on the ship, and then there's like something back about with the Brooks guy.
Yeah, something
about,
to
like, do.
Trees in Brazil uprooted themselves and attacked people.
And apparently, we have to follow the next issue of this series
because there is this little aside where it was like the Earth has always given, and now she's going to take things back.
It's just like George Carlin said.
Yeah,
Mother Nature's pissed.
Mother Nature's pissed.
Yeah, and then so apparently you have to follow the next series.
Do I want to?
Called Stat.
No.
Security through acquired talents.
Nope.
Also wrote by Fred Schiller, the 35-year-old Fred Schiller.
33.
33. Look how young that man is.
Stop.
I can't help it.
Some people, this was the 90s. We've seen Forensic Files. Everyone looked old. It's not their fault.
I know. I feel bad for him. Which is why I'm making fun of him.
But here's the thing. Maybe he's like Stan Lee. Maybe he's like that for decades.
He didn't work for Marvel. That's how you get to work for Marvel. You have to look old when you're young.
Yeah, I mean, Stan Lee has looked like he does right now since he was about 27. So maybe that's his thing, too. He's just looked that way, but he's going to look that way until he's about 89.
Yeah.
So, I mean, good. It might actually be good.
Yeah.
So good for him.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
No, he's got family apparently. He even says there he has a kid.
Yeah, well... it looks like a guy who should be wearing a fedora.
Yeah, he kind of looks like like he's got some, some of these people that like. Okay, here's the thing.
It's just again, this is early '90s, so you have to take into account of how pictures were taken in the early '90s and like what was in style,
right?
Because there's that one guy who looks like Egon.
What the Donald Trump guy?
Yeah, he's got like Donald Trump hair. He's like
he's in Kraftwerk.
Yeah, he does. He looks like he should be in like some sort of like Euro pop.
And then there's also this guy who looks like Jesus.
Yeah, that guy does.
And there's this guy who looks like fucking Todd McFarlane or something.
No, he just looks like a sports coach.
If given the choice, I'd prefer to travel to the future instead of the past, where everyone wears colorful laser socks and eats snacks without getting fat.
Well, shit. Can I go to that future too? What's a laser sock?
A what?
A laser sock.
Laser sock, yeah. Like back in the future, they have socks that adhere to your feet and they're lasers.
Wait, made of lasers or that shoot lasers?
Apparently this guy's 33 as well.
Clarify laser socks for me. Are we talking like socks that shoot lasers or socks made of lasers?
Made of lasers. They're comfortable.
How does that keep my feet warm?
Because they're lasers. It's heat. But
where do the lasers come from?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know how old is John.
No, his little introduction is just a poem.
Oh wait, is this a wig?
I don't.
It says something about this being a wig. I can't tell what this is.
But see, that's the thing. He looks like he should be in like some Euro pop band because he definitely has
Trans World Express.
He really has Donald Trump hair.
He does, yes.
It is. It's pretty.
If Donald Trump
actually, I think what happened is like Donald Trump
VNV
saw
Nation.
that. Yeah. Just in like an an early '90s Europop band.
Yeah,
that's what he would look like.
Anyways, but just here's the thing: when the last 4 pages of your book feature
Our bios.
our bios of people from the 90s.
Well, I mean, they can't help when this was printed.
I can't help I was from the 90s.
Yeah, I can't help.
This
I
is
was
the only
alive in
picture
the
that I
90s.
had.
Yeah, I mean, this is how everybody. And again,
I'm 35, I swear.
Watch Forensic Files, because they'll be like, in 1992, and then like show a guy who looks like he should be 54, and they'll be like, so and so was 25, and you're like, oh shit, just because that's how everybody looked back then.
Mustaches make you look older, guys.
They really do.
That's why I keep myself. I have like a John Hamm kind of stubble going.
That's a lot longer than a John Hamm stubble.
It's John Hamm if you just didn't try.
Okay.
So
my own voice is echoing in my head. So
I think we should stop.
yeah, no, I'm getting to the point where
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, would you read the stat?
no, and I wouldn't read Legacy either.
But it's shiny. Yeah, I'm not.
No, I'm not reading that shit. I don't even know who are those people.
I don't know who half these
Who's
people
Major
are.
Brooks? What does that make it? Who is that guy?
Why'd he send
What
that
is
guy to go
doing?
clean a toilet for making a joke?
Right.
That's
that guy has no
terrible.
sense of humor.
Fuck that guy. I don't want to work for
I
him.
know. He just didn't even tell that guy. I mean, he could have just been like, "Hey, shut up." No.
You didn't even need to draw that, guys. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not gonna read it either. It's not. It's one of those books that you get when somebody's like, "Do you like
Sorry.
a comic book?
I don't mean to.
Would you
sniff.
like a comic book?"
I apologize if I have sniffed. I don't want to sound like Donald Trump at the debates.
It's like people give this to you when they're like, "Yeah, Shawn likes comic book. You give this to Shawn. Shawn, come here. Shawn, your aunt, come here. This is your aunt. Shawn, do you like comic books? Here, you want to have these?"
I feel like you're reliving something that happened to you in your life.
That's how I got most of my things. Shawn likes X. Shawn, come here. Come here. Come here. This is come here.
Is
Yeah,
that
your aunt.
dad calling you over.
Hey. Shawn. Come here. Your Uncle Steve. Yeah, you like yeah, he knows Hulk Hogan's brother. I got a picture with them. It's Hulk Hogan's brother.
Oh God! Okay.
Look,
What's
but
Steve Hogan?
I can't tell you how many times my dad has tried to tell me that somebody is Hulk Hogan's brother. It has happened more than once. I am not kidding.
How many brothers?
I have
does
been to
Hulk-
many work functions where my dad and his guys, they would be like, "Let's all get around through horseshoes in this wooded area, and we're gonna have some hot dogs and hamburgers and drink beer and drink Genesee." And hey, Shawn, look, it's Hulk Hogan's brother. I know. Yeah, his name is Mike. It's Hulk Hogan's brother.
Mike. So how many brothers do you think Hulk Hogan has, according to your dad?
Well, Hulk Hogan called everybody brother, so it's hard to tell.
Well, I know, but like according to your dad, how many brothers do you
At
think?
least 3. Yeah. He knows the Ultimate Warrior too.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
He was the Ultimate Warrior, and he died.
The Ultimate Warrior is dead,
Ultimate Warrior for a long time in the 90s was believed to be dead,
but he is dead.
but he came back. No, well, now he's dead.
Oh, okay.
Now he's dead.
Now he's really.
But in the early 90s, it was believed that he went away, he died, and he came back. And there's another Ultimate Warrior in his place.
Oh, I see.
This is, but then he really died, and everybody was like, oh, okay, now, it's sad. But, back in the 90s, Hulk Hogan had many brothers.
No, you couldn't just ask Siri if the Ultimate
And
Warrior was still
Hulk Hogan's
alive.
brothers looked nothing like Hulk Hogan, by the way.
What are
and-
they all like? Small?
No, they were all like just dudes with beards. Like my dad knew a bunch of guys with beards that did welding, and he was like, "Hey, it's Hulk Hogan's brother."
They all lived in
I'm
Buffalo.
not kidding. I am not kidding
All
about
of
this.
Hulk Hogan's entire family.
I
lived in
remember this
Buffalo, and they were
vividly.
all welders
Yeah, because Hulk Hogan grew up,
in Buffalo.
Yeah,
right, not Florida.
He didn't grow up in Florida, no. Hulk Hogan has lots of stories, but he might not know about his brother that lived in Buffalo that once went to
Steve Balea.
Steve Hogan.
Oh yes. Sorry, Steve Hogan. That's
Steve
right.
Hogan.
Nobody knew Balea yet. Nobody knew of Terry Balea.
No, we didn't know real names. My dad did not.
Steve-
My dad did not subscribe to the Observer, lest he
Steve
would have not known.
Hogan.
Steve Hogan, welder of Buffalo. That's gonna be my name of my book. Hey, Shawn, come beat Hulk Hogan's brother.
There you go. Hey, Shawn, come meet Hulk Hogan's brother. I love it.
I'm not kidding. That was the thing my dad when I was like,
you were kidding.
I was like,
absolutely could see your dad.
I want to
that.
believe I was maybe 7 or 8, maybe 6, somewhere in the early 80s, mid 80s. You know,
Yeah.
maybe not so much in like later on. You know, maybe sometime between the 86 and 90.
Yeah.
I was introduced to a number of Hulk Hogan's relatives.
You know, your dad really didn't think those guys were Hulk Hogan's relatives. He was just fucking with you.
I don't. How was I supposed to know?
I know that.
I thought wrestling was real up until 1994.
Yeah. I know that, but your dad probably thought he was being funny.
And he was. He was. She had a good laugh at my dumb son's expense.
Sure he did.
And my mom was probably like, "Stop it, Larry! Stop it! It's not Hulk Hogan. You do not make Hulk Hogan's brother."
Jesus.
Anyways, yeah, we've gone off the rails.
Yeah,
anyways,
we did.
I'm not gonna read Legacy ever again.
No, it's terrible.
That's it for this week's show. Thanks for listening. You can find myself on Twitter and Instagram at Angry Hero Shawn. SHAWN is how you spell Shawn. And my Tumblr, theangryhero.tumblr.com.
And I'm at Jen Stansfield on Twitter and Instagram, jenstansfield.tumblr.com, and jenstansfield.wordpress.com.
And of course, SideshowNetwork.tv. Check out all of our shows. Go to iTunes. Rate, review our show. Give us 5 stars if you think we deserve it. If you're Hulk Hogan's brother, give us 5 stars.
Yeah, if you're Hulk Hogan's brother, tweet at us. We want to make sure. We want to check if you really are a welder who lives in Buffalo.
We need to fact check this, guys. I didn't know Hulk Hogan's
Steve
brother.
Hogan, let us
Steve
know.
Steve Hogan. Actually, you know what's funny? Okay, here's the last thing. So I remember being like at this same function and being like with some kid. I don't know who this kid was. It was like one of those things where you go to like a thing and like you meet a kid and you're like, "Hey, you're my kind of age. I have a Star Wars figure. You want to fart around?"
Yeah.
And that's what you do for an hour, for like a couple hours because your dad's off getting drunk with Hulk Hogan's brother.
Right.
And
how many times have we all been there?
yeah, somebody else is listening to this and be like, "Sure enough."
Yep.
Anyways, so I'm hanging out with this. So I remember my dad is like, "Hey, it's Hulk Hogan's brother," and I remember this kid being like, "No, it's this other guy. He's got a beard." It's like this guy's like, "I got a beard," and that was all I needed.
What? So like this kid was fighting your dad?
This kid was trying to trying to debunk my dad's theory that it was Hulk Hogan's brother.
So that kid was smarter than you?
Well, I didn't know what to believe. Apparently he subscribed to the Observer. The 7-year-old boy or 8-year-old, whatever. I had a strange childhood, guys.
You really did. You really did.
I'm not lying. This actually happened.
I'm not saying you're lying.
I also lost my Darth Vader that day.
Oh, did
in a
that kid
sand pit.
steal it?
No, I think he buried it. I think I buried it in the sand. He couldn't find it afterward.
R.I.P. Darth Vader.
R.I.P. Darth Vader without his lightsaber in his hand.
Oh, well, no more Darth Vader for you,
It's a
babe.
little hard life. Anyways, did you tell people where people can find you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. That was like 3 hours ago.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, folks. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again next week.
Bye.